Hey guys, this is going to be a short video, but I'm handling it delicately, okay? Because it's sensitive subject matter, and I am one of those people that usually has a deadpan delivery, which comes with a lot of sarcasm that I really don't want to use right now because I know me, right? But I guess the first thing I want to say in this video is that this is not a paid advertisement for Airbnb. This is just me noticing something very peculiar in this world. Now, uh, recently, some of my uh, subscribers who watch and comment in the chat, they've been asking me things like how woke I am or how woke I feel like I am, and am I less woke than I was in January? You know, and a lot of questions about wokeness. And I've described myself as the world's worst social justice warrior. You know, tongue in cheek style. Again, that sarcasm and dry humor because sometimes I'm the world's worst at it. But what I'm going to share with you guys is what I consider to be a masterpiece of social justice warriorism. Like, this is guaranteed to trigger any shitlord if they were to come into contact with it. It is the most complete masterpiece of social justice warriors. Like, I was blown away. Right now, to be fair to my own feelings about the company Airbnb, before I get into this, I actually don't like them, but I've used their service and found it to be an enjoyable experience. But what I don't like about them is uh, half of the available properties for rent in the Denver area are on Airbnb rather than being, long-term housing for people, which kind of ruins the housing market, right? Drives up rent, which also drives up property values and mortgages and all that. And basically, everything's now to the point where the average person cannot ever attain home ownership, let alone afford to rent anything in my community. Airbnb is not the sole reason, but they're a contributing factor, right? Because there are some buildings that could be used for long term housing that are instead being used as vacation homes. But I have used them in the past, and the last time I went to my intensives for grad school, I got a week long rental, and I found the person that I was renting from to be a very nice person who was actually a professor at the same university that I was attending, and she was just doing it for some extra money on the side. I wish teachers were paid more. Beside the point, but it was just a second job for her to rent out some rooms in her house. And I stayed there for a week. Hardly interacted at all with the place. I basically just used it to sleep and take a shower, and then I was out doing my intensives. But it was a very nice experience. It was comparable to hotel prices. Only I was making my reservations late, so it was actually way better than hotel prices. Um, and that was a good experience. That being said, I still have this bad taste in my mouth for Airbnb because they have all of these properties that could be used for different purposes, uh, being used as vacation property, like unregulated hotels. Whereas, I'm trying to, you know, find housing for some of my clients. I'm trying to, one day afford a property myself, and ain't happening at my pay rate. It and I don't make that bad of money. It's just prices are through the roof right now. So still, I have this bad feeling when it's Airbnb, and that's why it was a shock when I got this email, and the email said, Michael, as we work to process the tragic deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery, and countless others, we wanted to send a message to you directly. To hosts and guests who are hurting, angry, and scared, we want to know you to know that Airbnb stands with you. Discrimination is the greatest threat to a community built on belonging and acceptance. It cuts to the core of who we are and what we believe in. Airbnb stands with Black Lives Matter, and we reject racism, bigotry, and hate. We also can't talk about these recent events without acknowledging the painful truth that some of our hosts and guests are still experiencing discrimination, something that is very opposite of our mission to create belonging. Uh, in 2016, they launched their non discrimination policy, and over 1.3 million people declined the pledge, and they were removed from the platform for Airbnb. That's strange. I wonder if they just didn't click the right thing on their app, or if they just never used their app again after the patch was put out. I don't know. 1.3 overt racists. I don't know. Seems big. Anyways, says we still have work to do, and we're continuing to take action on our commitment to fighting discrimination. One way they're doing that is they're donating a total of $500,000 to the NAACP and Black Lives Matter. Uh, Yada yada. And here's the part that I wanted to get to right here. Uh, Another way that they're helping is sharing an activism and allyship guide that our Black Employee Resource Group, Black at Airbnb, prepared for our team, which references work from activists and experts in anti racism. We thought it would be helpful to share these resources with you as we all work together to become better and more active allies. So, um, this is the moment that I felt like was worthy of bringing to you all in this video. This is the moment right here. Link in the description box to exactly what I'm sharing. I don't know how I feel about it coming from Airbnb. It just seems strange that a company would be able to put out something like this, but it's here, and it's just amazing when I look at it. Um, when you download the guide, it looks like this, okay? And it's a good primer for all of the causes of the moment. Uh, Ahmaud Arbery, Trayvon, uh, Breonna Taylor, they're all in here, right? But these links that they have in here are the most complete links for allyship. Like this is a very, very complete guide. I cannot point you to a better guide for how to be a good ally and how to understand everything about racism in America right now. I mean, this thing. Not only that, some of these links they actually go out to other pages full of links. Like this one right here says, "Here's a list of anti-racism resources." Right? Let's just follow this out here. Anti-racism resources for white people. Right? It is just like one of the most complete social justice projects I have ever seen. I like this link right here: 75 things white people can do for racial justice. I mean, there's something for everyone in this, right? Just link in the description box to this this one complete piece of just stunning social justice warriorism. I love this one PDF. I mean, share it around, especially if you know a shitlord, throw it in their lap. I mean, it is just, and I don't even want to say anything more, um, because I just don't want to come off as dry humor and sarcasm like I normally do. So I'll just say, want to be blown away? Click the link in the description box. Get this Airbnb guide to activism and allyship, and just read. It is very thorough. I'm just I think their Black and Airbnb employee resource group must have a couple of social workers on it, um, and they're good at what they do. Um, that's all I got. Leaving it at that.